Hi, I'm talking about the Vikings saddlebags being put onto my 2017 Heritage. Now, I've already done it, but I thought I'd show it to you guys and tell you about stuff that I've done to get them on. So let's first come over here. There's my bike. Now, first of all, when you open up the boxes, when you get your saddlebags, they're actually packed in these nice sacks. So I had to take them out. And then, of course, on top of the sacks, you had a key on each one, and then it gives it the name and number of the saddlebag that I got. So that was a pleasant surprise. But there's my bike, there's the saddlebag, and it looks pretty damn good, I think. Now, of course, you have to drill your own holes. And I also found out that they gave me the relocation hardware for the turn signals, but on the web page it said that I didn't need them, so I don't know why they gave it to me, because as you can see, my turn signals are here, where they thought that the turn signal would have been up here. So, and what it would do is that you would put the new bracket along here to relocate your turn signals. As you can see, I don't need them, so I didn't care about it. Now, the other thing I did is that I had some painter's tape. And what I did is that I put it on the back here so that I can mark where the holes were going to be. And to help me with that, I used that. I put that, now it's missing another box, that way I could just put it in. I was able to put it on top of that, and of course I was able to use my jack to put my bike up higher or lower until I got the holes on the back of the saddlebags where I want them. So that helped a lot. That's better than what they tell you about holding it there and then trying marking it. But of course, you would have to have a second person to help you to do that. And of course, I didn't have a second person. So this is what I came up with. So I was able to drill and everything and get it right. Now, this is the original bolt that was on the bike that held the original saddlebags. Of course, this part is the part that actually goes into the fender. So your kit came with two different lengths of bolts, a shorter one and a longer one. Well, I went with a shorter one. And after I put all the brackets on those bolts, I then measured to see how far that bolt had to reach this point here. And it looked like, well, it was the perfect length. So I didn't have to use any of the spacers or anything. And, but I did this side first, so it was nice. And then I did this side. I also need to use the 3-degree slant bracket that they give you, because on this side you can see the chain cover, and that got into the way. So you have to use the slant to be able to get the bag off it. The other thing I needed to do is down here, you got this bolt that's holding this, and you got another bolt that's under here. But it was the same thing like this bolt here that sticks out a lot. So I got rid of it and put in a bolt that wasn't sticking out so much like this one is, so that the bag can go on there a lot easier. So you might want to pay attention to that. But I put the bag on top of my little stand there on both sides so that I can line them up so they're basically at the same height and everything, so that was great. And well, they look good. Now I did notice that the bags were basically the same size of my regular bags, except my regular bags, well, the top is right here, but it curves all the way inside, so it takes away a lot of your space inside your bag. So that meant that my new bags had a lot more room than my original ones, but they're basically the exact same size on the outside and on the width and everything, except that it digs into the bag, so you lose a lot of space. The other thing I found out was that I'm using the key and opening it. I got the flat bolts on the inside now, which means on the old one, this part was sticking out. So it looked something more like this. And things would get caught on that, especially if I put my helmet in there when I didn't feel like wearing it, because I do live in a state that doesn't have a helmet law, but a lot of times I do wear my helmet. But every so often, you just have to take off the helmet and just ride without it. It just feels a lot nicer. But to keep my wife happy, I wear the helmet. But those are the things that I did to help get mine on. If you don't have a lift, I have a choke. You know, I have one of these where you could drive your bike into it. That will hold your bike upright so that you could have your bike off the ground and be able to measure from the ground up to where the bottom of the bag should be. So there are things that you can do. You just have to think about them. Think outside the box. But for right now, I think they look really nice. And I'm ready to go out for a ride. So you guys have a good day and enjoy riding. Bye.